welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, ET Now's flagship series that celebrates the undying spirit of micro, small and medium enterprises. On the show today, the Leaders of Tomorrow SME Connect initiative travels to Mumbai to host a mentorship workshop for entrepreneurs. On Bright Sparks tonight, we feature Kunzum, a travel expedition company, as well as a cafe in New Delhi where travel lovers catch up, exchange stories and plan trips together. And Keval Kiran Clothing, a 35-year-old Mumbai-based company that is a master in manufacturing the perfect pair of denims. So that's what we have in store for you over the next half hour. Let's begin then with our Bright Sparks. Our first Bright Spark today is Kunzum, a brand that is synonymous with everything related to travel. A one-of-its-kind travel cafe, trips and expeditions to offbeat destinations, books that tell us exciting tales of travel. Kunzum does all of this and much more. ET Now's Punita Verma caught up with Ajay Jain, a journalist turned blogger, photographer, author and travel enthusiast, the man behind Kunzum.
Wanderlust has gripped the current generation to the extent that travel is no more a vacation but a way of life. Kunzum is playing the role of a pioneer in building bridges to enhance experience in travel. Started by Ajay Jain in 2007, the brand Kunzum has evolved by leaps and bounds. Along the way, there have been several memorable moments. So why did you break away from a well-settled career and took a plunge into travel business when you had little experience in the industry?
I've never been a conventional thinker and I've always done stuff which is offbeat. So giving up a secure financial situation was not alien to me. And I told myself, if I have to make a mark, if I have to leave a legacy, I have to break out of the mold and take some risks. So I was okay with that.
So how did you manage your finances in the initial stages of your travel business?
So initially I was dipping into my savings, but as things went along, after I wrote my initial set of books, the money started coming in from there because I self-published, so all the money was coming to me. I didn't have to wait for royalties for a year or 2 years. And then I started getting advertising and sponsorships for some of the stuff I was doing. So things come out somehow, okay, there were lean months and there were okay months, but as long as I kept afloat, I literally kept going.
After having travelled extensively through India and overseas, Ajay has been able to place himself as an experiential travel expert. Already a well-established blogger in the country, he found his travel blog striking chord with avid travellers soon after the launch. The blog Kunzum marked the beginning of the company that sits atop a travel, publication and cafe businesses. Ajay says he's planning to scale up the business soon and would adopt franchise model to do the same. What is the business model of brand Kunzum?
Our business comes from publishing, our business comes from events, our business comes from workshops like we teach people how to be travel bloggers, how to be photographers, how to be filmmakers, and now we take people out to different parts of the world and India. We take them on trips. So all combined, that's our business model.
Well, now that you have just launched the travel expedition business as well, how are you planning to manage the competition emerging out of conventional tour operators?
Very clearly, we have never positioned ourselves as against what you would call conventional businesses. When we started blogging on travel, or when we started doing books, we started doing e-books, we started doing e-magazines, we were not looking at ourselves as competing with existing publishers like a Condé Nast or a Penguin when it came to publishing. So we've never pitched ourselves against those people.
Kunzum has registered an organic growth. From being a blog to being a travel expedition company, Kunzum has involved itself with a whole lot of businesses. Ajay has his own publishing business. He has published 5 books, all of which continue to be bestsellers, especially among the travel community. The company plans to launch the Kunzum magazine soon. How can a person embark on his wanderlust and still continue to be financially well off?
So there are different ways to do this. One is you do something directly related to travel, or you do something indirectly related to travel. So you have your source of income from one source, but you're actually spending it on your travel. But whatever you do, one very important aspect of being on your own is, number one, you have to be very good at what you're doing, and number two, you have to be marketing savvy. And number three, actually I'll add another point to that, is you have to be a little enterprising. because if you don't have the mix of all these three, you are not going to survive.
So your cafe business model seems a bit off commercial venture at the face of it. How is it contributing to your overall business?
We have a pay what you like concept that pays for the overheads of running this place. Yes, I agree that it cannot be a standalone business, but then it indirectly contributes to everything else we are doing, whether it's selling our content in the form of books and magazines, whether it's trying to get traffic to the blog, whether it's expanding our online social media community. So this cafe serves as our call it a retail outlet, it serves as our office, it serves as our digital agency, it serves as a PR agency. So it's everything combined into one, and that's the role that this cafe plays.
Cafe Consume does not charge people for the coffee and snacks it serves. People are free to pay if and as much as they like as they leave. Ajay says that his main focus is on facilitating travel and connecting people to share their experiences. Business just follows.
So that was Kunzum, a complete delight for travel lovers. Let's move on to our next bright spark. This is a company that was established back in the 1980s with a vision to craft the perfect pair of denims. Today it is well known for its iconic denim brands, Killer, Lawman PG3, Easy's, etc. This innovative and environment-friendly company has a production capacity of over 3 million apparel pieces every year. Here's ET Now's Poulomi Mukhopadhyay reporting on Keval Kiran clothing from Mumbai.
Manufacturing international standard denim products since 1980, Keval Kiran Clothing Limited, popularly known as KKCL, has grown into a 300 crore conglomerate, giving India 4 iconic fashion apparel brands: Killer, Integrity, Lawman PG3 and Easy's. With over 25 years of manufacturing experience, this Made in India denim brand has 4 manufacturing units located across 3 states and employs over 1,200 skilled workers.
So what kind of marketing strategies do you use in KKCL?
See, we work with 3S policies: stability, sustainability and scalabilities. So we work with this strategy from day one till now. The same culture is there.
So Killer denims are not the only denims in the market. So how do you strategize to stay ahead of the competition?
See, there is a concept called total cost concept. When you design a product, from designing to a complete product, and it delivers to the retail counters, so you have to keep in mind that what the competitor is doing it, what's their pricing strategies. So we always keep all these things into the minds. Okay, what customer always need good thing at the lower price.
Looking at the kind of sales strategies or the discounts being given on the current e-commerce websites, how is the pricing for your products done?
E-commerce is so this is the new journey and this is a new concept of the marketing. That is also like a departmental stores. There is a stores on computers. Stores on computers. So to attract the customer, they are providing a huge discounting to the consumers. So this is basically it's like a honeymoon period. Once the honeymoon period is over, then they feel yes, we have to be with the regular life procedures, and they adopt the culture of yes, we have to live a continuous journey. So honeymoon period will be for the shorter times.
KKCL has started producing brands that are at par with the international market. But their women's garment section has seen little success and has been taken off the shelf. We caught up with the merchandising and the design head of KKCL to understand the market sentiment and their outlook for the Indian denim market.
Vijay, what role does merchandising play in KKCL?
We are a consumer-centric company, so all our thought processes revolve around them. So what we want to give them is the latest innovation and at the right time, which is very crucial. So how to bridge that gap and how to give our design team a focused innovation product to work upon and then to get it delivered at a perfect price and at a perfect time is what the role exactly we play.
The women clothing range seems to be on a sabbatical. What is the reason behind it?
Women collection is actually going under a revamp. So we can say it's taken a pause for now and it will be back on the floor with a bigger bang in next 2 to 3 seasons, which you will actually see for yourself.
Bringing the concept of Make in India early in 1982, KKCL has proved itself to be one of the torch bearers of this movement in the country. Though Keval Jain believes that the online marketing is in their honeymoon period, he firmly says that offline will make a comeback, and this time with a boom.
So that was Keval Kiran Clothing supplying high quality denims to consumers in many countries. Let's take a short break at this point. On the other side, we'll get you snippets from Leaders of Tomorrow MSME Connect held at Mumbai that saw participation from distinguished industry leaders and over 100 entrepreneurs. Stay with us only on ET Now. Welcome back to Leaders of Tomorrow on ET Now. Next up is our special segment called MSME Connect, an initiative where we host mentorship camps for entrepreneurs in various cities across India. The Mumbai MSME Connect saw participation from the CMD of SIDBI, Dr. Chhatrapati Shivaji. SIDBI, of course, is the principal financial institution for micro, small and medium enterprises in India. He spoke of financing MSME dreams. The special industry address was delivered by VSS Money, founder and CEO of Just Dial, who shared his entrepreneurial journey. And a panel of experts also deliberated on unleashing the potential of Indian MSMEs. Here are some snippets from that event.
More than around 98% of the successful multinational corporations, large corporations, they all have happened to be SME, MSME at once upon a time. Meaning thereby, if we just draw that corollary a little further, I would like to tell you that the future of Tata, Birla, Ambani and the most successful business leader of the world, some of them are seated in this room. I mean, this is the kind of the energy and the potential this group who are seated here is carrying. SME is not only the backbone, is providing many other solutions for the country. The growth trajectory, the economic growth trajectory of the nation is largely dependent on nothing else but the MSME's growth. Once again, I would like to congratulate the ET Now. Thank you very much.
We also started as a, not even SME, micro, mini. The first day when we had all the 10 lines and we employed some people, we didn't have capital, so we didn't have money to market. We were thinking how to go about. There's no angel investors. You wouldn't believe that if you don't have capital, sometimes you can still do business because the angels call customers. Our initial customers are angel investors because they just bet on us. They saw that these guys seem to be efficient and they can deliver. And that's how our journey started. Today we are working in a technology, which is a two super technology. One is the single app for multiple purpose. We say if you have a Just Dial app, you don't need any other app at all as far as it's got to do with a business or a product or a service. Apart from this, we have another product which is called JD Omni. That is for all of you businesses. We strongly believe that your customers are moving online. How much ever you may think not, every customer of yours is moving online to find you. And in order to do that, you need to have a good, robust online presence. So Just Dial Omni actually provides you on the fly your own website, your own e-commerce website with payment gateway integration, your own mobile app, which you can circulate with your customers and prospective customers with one-click payment capability, payment by credit card, debit card, net banking, and various things. It also gives you a dashboard through which you can actually track minute by minute the revenues in your sales and stuff like that. Purchase order is one of the tedious things that you have to do. Like if you want to give purchase order for 100 items to 10 different distributors or 10 different suppliers, the Omni system as a technology with one click within a minute, you can create purchase order for 10 different distributors for 100 different products. The true way of doing business is the way you're doing it. And if you don't have capital, bank on your customer. Your customer is your angel. He reads your passion. He wants, if you can satisfy and solve his problem, he will be the guy to show the confidence, chip in the money, and help you build a great empire that you want. Thank you so much.
I'd like to start with you, Mr. Salunke. You're someone who works with SMEs on a daily basis. What, according to you, is the domestic as well as the global opportunity that lies ahead for the Indian MSME sector, say, in the next 5 to 6 years?
See, currently Make in India initiative is giving more impact on Indian industry. Particularly, a lot of investment is coming inside. And of course, there is a challenges and opportunities for SMEs, particularly manufacturing industry. Currently, you are seeing that the global economic slowdown is going on. And Honorable Prime Minister said global economy is going down, but India's economy coming up. You look at the 7.5% GDP growth. And I'm sure that there are plenty of opportunities available now and will be available in next 5 years.
And Mr. Nandakumar, is intelligent automation affordable for MSMEs as well?
Certainly, intelligent automation certainly has to travel a long way to make it affordable for SMEs. That large industries has to become anchor industry for small industries. Small industries are one or two man army. So they do not have the wherewithal to have the technology. Technology changes absorb. So large industries has to play a major role, anchor role, handhold them, and across the technology absorption. Then only it becomes, so affordability is not only in terms of money, but in terms of the capability to absorb, in terms of processes, in terms of human resource development, retaining the talent within the system.
Mr. Sood, at a time when the global economy is undergoing a downturn and it is particularly difficult for small and medium enterprises to really weather the storm, what are your suggestions on managing the cash conversion cycle?
Whenever you need finances, look towards your customers and try to get finances from these people. Let me tell you, India is the one country where the cost of finance is very, very high. And especially for SMEs and these things, sometimes the growth looks very attractive and you want to go and borrow money from the banking sector. But given the interest rate which banker charges, one bad cycle and you are finished. Large capital companies will support you, maybe handhold you in technology, but they may not do you for the finance side because they themselves are facing a huge amount of crunch nowadays. In fact, if you look at the large number of NPAs declared by the banking sector, almost 8% of the banking funds are basically now it is NPA. And let me tell you the data which is available that is 8% coming from the top not more than 100 companies, which basically contribute to this kind of NPAs in the sector. So which is clearly indicate the kind of rot which is happening in this system at this point of time at the financial level. So my advice to SMEs at this point of time is that before engaging your capital and borrowing capital, think twice because disruption of businesses is happening very, very fast. So my advice, before engaging into the huge capital and all those things, make sure that you're, first of all, eye on technology, keep on changing, and I think try to keep the capital as low as possible. Sometime obviously it's not possible. In that case, basically you have to look at different options, leasing, don't buying machinery, having subcontractor, having like in a CC Mall, we have a large number of subcontractors and we don't engage ourselves into every work. Basically we distribute the work, just spread the risk among the small people also major way. This is the way going forward, I believe.
Right. Mr. Shivaji, so do you think the focus is really shifting from MSMEs, the traditional focus that was there for the MSME sector, is that shifting? Are the benefits also going to be shifting more towards the startup side?
The startup is one area where it is really, especially the young aspirational India, they all are coming out even from the reputed B schools and the technology schools. They all are coming out with the idea telling that no need of taking a job. Gone are the days when the people used to think only for taking jobs somewhere in the established company or in the government and then thereafter feeling that we are settled now. Now the people are trying to have this type of the really innovative business model, like you have seen just now, the Just Dial, you have a number of things which is happening across the country. So how this type of the urge and the risk taking ability of the young aspirational Indian can be leveraged and synchronized, and then it can be able to bring really a good transformational environment in the country.
Right.
The transformational economic environment is going to give a major change in the way in which we all are working over here, and will have a mega impact.
At SBI, you've recently partnered with the e-commerce portal Snapdeal to help small and medium enterprises. What more strategic alliances can we expect for the MSME sector going forward?
We have taken to technology, like you rightly mentioned, that we have had a tie-up with some of the top e-commerce players, and there we have now come out with a product called eSmart SME, where we are financing the sellers on the e-portals through an automated process. Like, this is a model which is probably not done by many banks in the world, where we take the data provided by the e-commerce players, and that is totally system driven, and then once that is received, based on that we take a credit decision based on an algorithm that is totally system driven. So typically this sanction comes in a flash, and we don't ask the borrowers for the balance sheet, we don't ask for the profit and loss statement. We just, initially we have started with a loan up to 25 lakhs, up to 10 lakhs we are not taking any collateral. So I'm sure this is going to be a path-breaking initiative as far as e-commerce initiative is concerned.
Let's talk about a little bit about alternative financing also, and that's where the National Stock Exchange comes in. The